The boy I've hated since middle school sat next to me in detention and smirked. Funny how we always end up here together. Rolling my eyes, I snapped, "Yeah, it's called a nightmare." But then he pulled out a notebook and whispered, "No, it's called fate." My heart pounded as I realized my name was written on every page. I grew up in a small, dusty town in Central California, Lodi. Not much to do there unless you liked riding bikes past vineyards or working part-time at your uncle's hardware store. Middle school was bad, but for me, it was worse than that. It was survival. I didn't fit in. Not with the preppy girls. Not with the sports kids. I wasn't cute, didn't wear makeup, and I had a unibrow my mom wouldn't let me fix. I was quiet. Liked books. Didn't like loud noises. I didn't bother anyone. But Corey did. Corey Parker. He wasn't just the loudest kid in class, he was the one who knew he could get away with anything. His mom was on the school board. His dad was some big-shot realtor. Teachers acted like they were scared of him. And he used it. Especially on me. He'd humiliate me in front of the class. Once, he dropped a maxi pad on my desk and shouted, "You dropped this, freak." Everyone laughed. Even the teacher didn't say much more than, "That's enough, Corey." Another time he pushed my books off the table, and when I bent to pick them up, he mimicked dry heaving and said, "Ugh, I touched her germs." That one got a round of applause. And me? I stopped raising my hand. Stopped eating in the cafeteria. I started shrinking. That's the best way I can put it. I made myself smaller and smaller. But then, puberty did its thing. By the time I hit 10th grade, I was tall, slim, and I finally learned how to tweeze my brows. It didn't make things perfect, but I wasn't invisible anymore. Guys noticed me. Girls invited me to parties. And teachers who used to ignore me suddenly called on me in class. But Corey? He didn't change. Still a smug little bastard. Still ran his mouth, only now he acted like he was flirting when he insulted me. We both had short tempers, and by junior year, we started ending up in detention together. A lot. I remember this one day clear as glass. It was the third detention that month. Corey had blown off a group project, and I called him out in front of everyone. He smirked, told the class I had control issues, and probably never got hugged at home. I threw his notebook across the room. He laughed. I got sent to detention. He followed. That's when he sat down next to me. He leaned in, grinning like this was a joke we were both in on. "Funny how we always end up here together," he said. I didn't even look at him. "Yeah, it's called a nightmare." He pulled out a notebook. "No," he said softly. "It's called fate." He opened it. That's when I saw it. My name, written over and over again. At the top of the page, in the middle, along the margins. Page after page. Some pages had weird poems, like 8th grade level sad boy stuff. Others had crude little drawings of me. Some had dates next to them. One had a drawing of my face with red pen over the lips. I stared at it like it was a horror movie I couldn't stop watching. "I've been writing about you since 7th grade, he whispered. I didn't know how else to deal with it. I got up and walked out. I didn't sleep that night. Or the one after. I kept thinking, was this supposed to be romantic? A confession? Or a warning? Then something hit me. Hard. This wasn't about fate. This was about control. Corey had spent years making me feel small. Now he wanted to claim me in some twisted, messed up way. Like he deserved me because he thought about me for years. Because he was obsessed. And the worst part? No one would believe me. People loved Corey. The whole school thought he was funny and misunderstood. If I told anyone, they'd say I was dramatic or jealous. So I didn't tell anyone. I planned. I stopped reacting to him. Stopped yelling back in class. When he tried to provoke me, I just blinked. I acted like he didn't exist. That got under his skin more than anything else ever had. Then I started showing interest in his best friend, Darren. Tall, quiet, played guitar. Real soft-spoken guy. Corey hated it. I could see it in his eyes every time I talked to Darren after class. And Darren liked me. I made sure of it. I accidentally left a page of the notebook sticking out of Corey's bag when we were in the cafeteria. Darren found it. Read it. He brought it to me, looking freaked out. What is this? He asked. I just looked at him, eyes wide. He's been doing that for years, I said softly. Then I cried. I didn't fake the tears. They were real. All of it was real. But I used it. And Darren? He told everyone. That's when things got ugly. Corey tried to deny it, said I made it all up. But too many people had seen the notebook. He got pulled into the counselor's office. His parents were called. His mom tried to say I was leading him on. My mom showed up with a stack of emails I'd sent her over the years, documenting all the crap he put me through since middle school. People finally saw him for what he was. But I wasn't done yet. Not even close. After word got out about the notebook, Corey's world started to crack. He wasn't suspended, his mom pulled some strings, but people looked at him differently. Girls didn't flirt with him anymore. Teachers stopped giving him the benefit of the doubt. And his friends? Most of them backed off, especially Darren. Darren stuck around me after everything went public. We started dating, nothing serious at first. But it drove Corey insane. I'd catch him staring at us in the hallway, jaw tight, fists clenched. He stopped trying to talk to me. But he didn't stop watching. Then weird things started happening. First, Darren's locker got trashed. Someone poured soda all over his books and wrote traitor on the door in Sharpie. Then rumors started about me, that I faked the whole notebook thing for attention, that I wrote it myself, that I was obsessed with Corey and just got bitter when he didn't like me back. Sound familiar? It was exactly what Corey had done to me for years. Only now he was doing it from the shadows, trying to ruin me without ever being seen. He posted on Reddit under a fake account. I recognized his writing style instantly. Long rants about a girl who cried stalker and ruined a guy's life for fun. I screenshotted it all. I knew it wouldn't be enough to get him expelled, but I wasn't aiming for that anymore. I wanted more. So I kept quiet. I played nice. I waited. I knew Corey had one weakness, his image. He still wanted people to think he was cool, that none of this had touched him. So I used that. I organized a small house party at my friend Jasmine's place. Told her to invite a bunch of people, including some of Corey's old friends. We made it sound like a make-peace thing, casual chill. Jasmine's brother had a camera set up in the living room for a vlog he did, nothing weird, just always running. I didn't tell anyone it was recording sound too. Corey showed up. He was tense, but trying to act like nothing happened. I pretended to be friendly. Gave him a drink. Talked about how high school was almost over, how maybe it was time to move on. He relaxed. A little. Then I asked him, softly, "Do you still write about me?" He smiled. And that's when he messed up. He said, "I don't need to write anymore. You're already mine." Clear as day. On camera. With witnesses. That night, I downloaded the footage. Clipped the part with that sentence. Posted it with the screenshots of his fake Reddit account. The messages he sent Darren calling me a manipulative B*********, and photos of the notebook pages I'd saved from months before. I sent it all to the school board. To his college counselor. To his early decision school, UCLA. And then I waited. It didn't take long. 2 weeks after I sent everything in, Corey was pulled from his senior classes without warning. Rumor was, his acceptance to UCLA got reevaluated. A few days later, his mom showed up to school in full meltdown mode, storming into the principal's office, red-faced, yelling loud enough that people down the hall could hear her. Corey stayed home for a week after that. When he came back, something had shifted. He wasn't just mad anymore. He was scared. And that made him dangerous. I saw it in his eyes the day he cornered me in the back parking lot after school. No cameras. No teachers. Just the two of us, and my stomach twisted the second I saw him. "You think this is over?" he asked, voice low. I didn't flinch. "It is for you." He stepped closer. "You ruined my life. I said, "You wrote me into every page of your sick little book. You did that." He stared at me like he wanted to say something else. Like he was fighting something. But then he just turned and walked away. That should have been it. But Corey wasn't done. He never knew how to walk away quietly. The next week, I got a text from an unknown number. Just one sentence. "Check the yearbook draft." My heart dropped. I went straight to Mrs. Callahan, the yearbook advisor. Asked if I could see the layout since I was on the student council and had been listed for senior reflections. She pulled it up on her laptop. At first, it looked fine. Then I saw it. My photo caption had been changed. Instead of the quote I submitted, it now read, "Still not pretty enough to be remembered. Corey." My stomach dropped. I felt like I was going to throw up. I made her stop everything, call the printer, freeze the layout, delete the caption, pull the whole file. I showed her the screenshots, explained what happened, pointed out that only a few people had back-end access to the yearbook database. It didn't take long to track the change back to Corey's login. He was done. Expelled within 48 hours. Police got involved after that. Turns out he'd been behind more than just a notebook. Emails, fake accounts, even one post where he threatened to make sure she's remembered for the right reasons. The district didn't play around with that. Especially not with proof. He wasn't just banned from prom and graduation. His entire college acceptance got pulled. UCLA sent a formal letter saying he was no longer welcome due to conduct unbecoming. But it wasn't over. Not for me. Because while everyone else moved on, I still had to live with what he did. I still checked my locks twice every night. Still jumped when I got a blocked call. Still worried I'd see him parked outside my house someday, waiting. That's when I realized I wasn't done either. I thought getting him expelled would be enough. I thought once his future got torn up, I'd feel peace. I didn't. I felt something worse. Like I'd lost years of my life to him, and he still owned pieces of it. That spring, while everyone else planned senior trips and took photos in caps and gowns, I sat on the edge of my bed most nights replaying everything. The notebook. The parties. The parking lot. The caption. His face. Even Darren started pulling back. He said he was proud of me, said I was strong, but I could feel him drifting. I wasn't the same. I was colder. Always looking over my shoulder. Always talking about Corey. One night he finally said it. "You beat him, but you can't let go. It's like he's still winning." I told him to leave. He did. And that's when I stopped waiting for peace and started planning for closure. Corey had disappeared from town after he got expelled. But I still had a copy of his writing. That disgusting notebook. And I knew where his aunt lived. He'd posted about staying with her in a dumb TikTok months earlier. San Luis Obispo. Quiet little house on a hillside. I mailed the notebook there. No return address. Just a note inside that read, "This is who your nephew really is." Then I took it one step further. Corey had applied to a few backup colleges. One was a small private school up north. I looked into their application system. Used the same platform our school used. I logged in through a public library computer using a fake name and email. I uploaded the notebook scans, every creepy page, every poem, every drawing. And I wrote a message pretending to be his ex-girlfriend, warning them not to let him in. Cruel? Yes. But here's the thing, Corey never thought twice about what he did to me. Not in 7th grade. Not in detention. Not when he changed that caption. He didn't care until he got caught. I cared every single day. I heard back from that college a month later. Someone on Reddit posted about a crazy dropout who threatened staff after his acceptance got revoked. I knew it was him. That was the last time I ever heard his name out loud. But it wasn't over yet. Because I still had to look in the mirror and face what I'd done. I didn't just get justice. I hunted him. I planned it. I let it rot me from the inside. I became everything I swore I wouldn't. I lost Darren. I lost friends. I lost sleep. I won, but I bled to do it. So, if you're reading this thinking revenge will fix you, think again. It'll scar you. You might get the last word, but you'll lose parts of yourself you didn't know you'd miss. And sometimes, when I lie awake at night, I wonder if Corey ever really stopped writing my name. Or if I've just been writing his this whole time.